Michigan, vegan in Michigan, vegan in Michigan, vegan in Michigan.
Horses love to be scratched, and you can tell if they really like it if you hit the sweet spot by what their lips do. There, oh, right there. Oh, we found it. Right here, right in the inside of that leg, huh?
Aww.
And they're shedding.
Oh yeah.
It's springtime, so you're gonna end up with a handful of hair for the birds. The birds like it. He's a good
He's
boy.
beautiful. I think we have the same color hair. Hey everyone, it's Tanya from Vegan in Michigan, and with me is BRECE Clark, the Humane Cowboy, and we are at SASHA Farm with Norman.
Walker.
No, Walker. Oops,
Yeah.
Norman's behind us.
Norman's the big cow behind us, if you can see him.
And we're with Walker, and BRECE and I are together. We're doing a series of 3 videos here today, and this video is going to be all about BRECE and his journey, where he came from, what his specialty is, and anything that BRECE would like to share with us today. So
Yeah.
thanks.
Thanks for having me on.
Hi.
So, I mean, just a little bit of background. I was a professional horse trainer for most of my life. I originally grew up on a dairy farm until I was around 9 years old, and then my father got into training horses, which I did with him. I trained my first horse when I was 6 years old, and together, my dad and I have probably trained at least 1,000 horses.
Really? So where did all of that happen then? Are you you're from right here?
I'm from north of Grand Rapids, in between Grand Rapids and Mount Pleasant, a real small town
okay.
in between there. And yeah, we were mostly green brake trainers. It's weird to say that now, green brake, but what it means is we took the young ones when they were 2 or 3 and we trained them how to ride. Just when they call it green braking, it means they're sort of like first levels in experience, but you can safely ride them. Walker's like, I'm done with this.
Out of here. Boom. He's like, it's not about me. You're not talking about me enough.
It's hard to still process that wasn't okay. That, you know, that these things that I really valued and were a part of my identity is something that I lost. And so it's almost like a mourning of it still, because my family really cherished that part of us. I mean, that when I was growing up, horses were the first thing that made me special, that I could train horses, and everyone knew me as the horse expert. And if you had a question about horses, they'd come to me. And so kind of
I've actually, that's one of the reasons why I wanted to talk to you about this, is just because I am so naive and so uneducated about it, that I did sort of wonder if there's a time when somebody could have such a relationship with an animal that they feel like that is an okay thing to do or whatever. But like, that's a great point, that it comes to them and they don't see the work that has gone into that horse and the breaking of its, okay.
Yeah, so, and of course there's ways to bond with animals without exploiting them. There's a horse behind the camera just sniffing it, like, what is this thing? Can I eat it?
So if the camera goes tumbling down right now, it would actually be pretty funny, but here's the camera.
She's so beautiful. Her name's Kira.
Oh, look at her, just walking right by the camera. Nope, thank you, baby. Yep. All right.
But yeah, I'm even still trying to break some of these terms and the way that I talk about it. It's still ingrained in me. So anyways, with horse riding, we don't need to do it for bonding. You know, you don't have to be on top of their back to experience a horse's personality and to connect to them. That's use, right? That's abuse. It's something that you're demanding they do, else they get in trouble, else you bring them harm, else they feel pain. And what kind of relationship is that? You know, that's not how we want to treat one another, whether they're human or non-human animals. We want to experience true love, and love doesn't use another for your own gains. But it took me a long time. And in fact, I got to give a shout out to my animal equality touring partner. Her name is Shura. She's an activist in San Diego, and she really challenged me on this. And man, did I fight her tooth and nail. We had so so many
Challenged you on what?
riding horses.
Okay. Oh, on it.
On the whole
Wow,
topic.
really?
Yeah, I was.
So you were already vegan and you met her and then.
Yeah, I was touring.
Ooh, okay.
I literally just stopped everything I was doing and jumped on the tour for an animal rights organization called Animal Equality, and we did the iAnimal campaign. So we were traveling with the virtual reality headsets and showing that footage of factory farms to campuses, college campuses. And
So you were already in deep
yeah,
when you were okay.
but couldn't let go of this one component. It was so much who I was, it made me who I was.
Yeah. Oh, no, it didn't. You are who you are now,
Yeah,
right?
right.
Your work now, like you see, it's actually, but it is. That's why you're you, because you do have this perspective and you have this education. You have both sides of it. Because somebody who hasn't been through what you lived, I can't imagine could present it in a way that, like you can. You have a really unique perspective on it.
Hi, Norman.
But again, I had to.
Norman
Hi.
has the biggest personality of all the donkeys and mules and horses. He likes.
I heard there's a camera over here.
He pushes you and he kind of gets a little nippy, so you gotta watch him. He's friendly, but in a real goofy way.
I love the white, like the little mouth, so cute. I hope you're in frame. I hope you are in frame.
You are
Hi.
so silly.
Oh, he's so soft.
Norman used to be a therapy donkey. So he was being used to help special needs children
Aw.
kind of connect to animals. But as the story goes, the children needed therapy from him more than yeah, because he's so full of himself.
So we decided to switch the background here so that you can see the little guys eating their lunch here. So I do have a question. Again, I come from a really ignorant, naive, known very little about horses kind of a background. I have watched some of your videos on it, but like I do have a question like regarding that. Is it ever okay? Like, is it ever, like to ride a horse if you did feel like you have a relationship with, or I mean, if you, there's got to be some horses that are okay with it and that like being ridden, or no? I mean,
Those are all, like, I think a lot of people wonder that is they see people riding horses and it doesn't seem like they mind. But like we said earlier, they don't know the story. And if you're asking somebody to say this is okay, and they repeatedly say no, and you just keep bombarding them with please do it, please do it, please do it, and then on top of that you say please do it or I'm gonna hit you. Do we want to ride an animal that had to get to that point? Is it worth their well-being to spend a few minutes having them carry you around? But take away the bridle, take away the halter, the ropes, and the saddle, and just try to jump on a horse without any training, who hasn't been coerced into doing things for you, and see what they say. They're not going to like it. They're an animal that has a personality, and they desire free will just as much as anyone else. But they're not given any freedom of choice. They're literally in our care. They're domestic animals. They can't be released into the wild, and we control every aspect of how they exist. And it's just not a fair question to say, well, I gave you food, now you have to do this for me. I mean, we don't treat each other that way, so why should we treat animals that way?
thank you. Thanks for answering that. Yeah. So let's talk about you some more. What do your days consist of?
Well, I work for an education program and speak to students, middle schools and high schoolers, on the impact of food choices on our health, like nutrition-wise, heart disease, cancer, and all those top leading killers. And most of the students that we reach had never even thought about it, let alone considered eating anything other than the standard American diet. So we talk about that, and then the environment. Most people are pretty clueless. Even the teachers themselves learn new things. They say it every time. I even learned some stuff from this. And so that's really rewarding. And then when I'm not doing that, I'm out here caring about these beautiful creatures and trying to give them lives that are comfortable. And we don't want to use them for anything. It's not a petting zoo. They're not here for our enjoyment. We're not collecting them as little value trinkets. They're beings who want to feel good, and so we just do everything we can to make them feel good. So it's a great sanctuary. Can't say enough good things about it. The founders, Nancy Davies and Monty Jackson, literally spent their lives caring for animals that nobody else would. You know, my dad was a dairy farmer for a number of years, and he literally just shared a story with me about a cow whose name was a number 305, who, you know, he's been out of the dairy business for 30 years, and he still remembers this cow who was super sweet, and every time she went to go to the milk carpet to be milked, he said she would stop every 3 feet and lift up her leg so that he could scratch the inside of her leg. And then she'd take a few steps and lift her leg and he'd scratch it. And he said she always chose the last stall, and she made it 2 years and she couldn't get pregnant again. And then she died of a heart attack. But, you know, that story really struck me because it showed his compassion. It also reminds me of another scenario I had with another relative, my aunt who practically raised me. She described eating animals and in some of these industries as necessary evils. And that really struck me because she saw things that she didn't like, but it was how they made their living. They didn't know any other way. And now that we show them that it's not necessary, they look at all these choices, look how easy it is to live compassionately. Gosh, it's like the sky's the limit now.
Yeah, necessary is one of my biggest words within the vegan, within my vegan career, my vegan life, is that it's whenever I see anything, any kind of suffering or anything like that that we do to animals, I'm just like, it's just not necessary.
Yeah.
And that's the thing that, like, the longer I live vegan, the more that word hits me. It's unnecessary. It's all unnecessary. It's like, you know, no vegan is struggling to find some food. No vegan is wishing, you know, I mean, there's meat substitutes. It's easy. There's options. It's just, it's unnecessary. That's my big word. I'm only fidgeting with my phone once again to show you what's going on in the camera.
This is Rosie.
Aw. Rosie wanted to be on camera. You're on camera now, Rosie.
And if you can see how Rosie's body shape is, she's really lumpy because her owners gave her way too much food. And so she's got these kind of abnormal...
Rosie, same.
Yeah, she struggles.
Aw.